Coming up, UTRGV students vote to pass the UTRGV referendum. How would this affect campus life at UTRGV in moments? Plus, a UTRGV student served in the Air Force. He is opening up about post-military life. And the Valley is one of the largest areas with diagnosed diabetic patients. How to identify symptoms for diabetes in minutes. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hey there, vaqueros! Welcome back to the 13th edition of KVAQ-TV. I'm Alba Cantu. Today is Monday, November 15th, and at the top of the hour, UTRGV may expand its athletic program very soon, bringing Division I football to the Valley. Most students voted to pass the UTRGV referendum last week. Here's our reporter Jessica Maya with more on those results.
Alba, UTRGV students have spoken as 60.5% voted to support a referendum and 39.5% voted no. The university is expected to add women's swimming and diving along with an expansion for the spirit programs in 2024. They are also going to kick off football and marching band on the fall of 2025 and is expected to raise tuition $11.25 per credit hour for incoming students. Next step will be to take it to the UT System Board of Regents.
It's just put an undue burden on our students. Take a look at our data. We can do this in a way that those numbers are not going to budge.
Vice President and Director of Athletics Chase Kong shared this referendum will provide more jobs for students.
We employ a lot of student employees in our department currently. I think we'll see that expand pretty quickly over the next 12 months or so.
UTRGV Political Science Senior Zach Borja shared his perspective on why he voted yes on the referendum.
College, going to university, it's much more than just going to class and studying and getting good grades. It's making lifelong friendships and memories that last a lifetime at these events.
UTRGV Student Government Association President Jose Pablo Rojas shared his thoughts on the opposing side who voted no.
Voices heard. At the end of the day, we just wanted to ensure that every single student at UTRGV was able to vote.
Juan Antonio Almaguer, founder of #VsDown, Fist Up, Enough is Enough, he shares that he feels UTRGV focuses more on athletics than other programs.
It's like Stephen Dean Block said, and I quote, "It's a project." As far as I'm concerned, I'm not a project. I'm a student. I invested my time, money, passion, and dedication to this university. I don't feel like I'm a project, but yeah, a lot of students also feel that way.
President Bailey recommends students to stay on the lookout for more announcements in the following weeks, including the Luminary Scholarship. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Jessica Maya. Back to you, Alba.
Veterans Day is a stark reminder of sacrifices made by those in the military. A UTRGV student served in the Air Force for 4 years and shares some of the struggles of returning to civilian life. Our reporter Carla Valenzuela shares his story.
I had no direction as far as what to do with my life, and my family just suggested, since I have the grades and the capability, just go to school and we'll provide for you.
Henry Castro joined the Air Force in 2014. He says he was interested in joining the Air Force after speaking with a recruitment officer at UTRGV. 3 months later, Castro started boot camp in San Antonio, describing it as challenging and life-changing. After boot camp, Castro began his training as an airspace medical technician in Fort Sam Houston.
A lot of suicides that happened, and it was the same career that I had, so I was like, is that going to be me?
Castro completed his service as a medic in Washington State and then returned to UTRGV. Program coordinator for UTRGV's Military and Veterans Success Center, Edgar Vasquez, says that veterans usually find a transition back home to be challenging.
It sounds pretty simple when you talk about it, but transitioning wise, there's a lot of veterans, and myself included, being just lost. It's hard to try to communicate with people, and it's just different. They needed assistance, but sometimes it's hard for them to reach out. They don't, there's a lot of things where they don't know what to do, what to ask, who to talk to, and that's what our office is, a one-stop shop.
Vasquez adds that after veterans complete 4 or 6 years of service, they receive VA benefits, but to compensate for college and healthcare expenses. Castro adds that counseling was a crucial benefit for him.
They had these military life counselors. She's what helped me get through because I was just going through a hard time, problems with family here, and then all the suicides that happened. It was just a lot for a person like me to handle that. There's some days that I go through a door and I still have to pat down to find my hat, but I don't wear a hat.
Castro is currently continuing his studies as a business major and is grateful for his time in the Air Force. Castro says his VA benefits are being put to good use and will continue to reach out to counseling services. Reporting for KVAQ-TV, Carla Valenzuela.
The Valley is one of the largest areas with diabetic patients in the U.S. National Diabetes Awareness Day was yesterday, and we break down the different types of diabetes. With more, reporter Ruben Loza.
More than 79,000 individuals die each year due to diabetes. The estimated prevalence of cases pertaining to diabetes is about 26% in the Rio Grande Valley. When a patient is unaware of having diabetes, there are no signs or symptoms. Symptoms occur when your blood sugar levels increase to over 300. A normal fasting blood sugar test should be less than 99 milligrams per deciliters. Endocrinologist at Valley Diabetes and Endocrinology Comprehensive Center, Dr. José Cepeda, says that the symptoms include
frequent urination, weight loss, they can have increased thirstiness, and pretty much those are the three symptoms that we see on patients with uncontrolled diabetes.
The average person urinates 4 to 7 times in 24 hours, while a person with diabetes can exceed these numbers. Dr. Gina Cepeda explains what the different types of diabetes are.
Type 1 diabetes are those kids or adolescents where their pancreas don't work, and they usually are going to need insulin since the start of the diagnosis. Type 2 diabetes, it happens more as we age, as we grow. It's influenced by our lifestyle. If we don't move, if we don't exercise, if we don't follow a good diet. It's also in the genes. It's more prevalent in Hispanics, in Blacks.
Doctor of Nursing Practice Mayra Cantasaro talks about the resources offered at VDEC Center.
When it comes to the nutrition, physical activity, the proper way of taking certain medications, we also provide resources such as patient assistance programs for patients who can't afford certain medications. There's a lot of things that we can do, and we're here to help any patient who has diabetes.
Medical administration of insulin has changed through time.
The technology aspect of diabetes has evolved tremendously from back in the days of just having to check your sugars via finger stick. Now we have what we call continuous glucose monitoring devices.
Valley Diabetes and Endocrinology Comprehensive Center wants people to be aware of the resources they have for patients diagnosed with diabetes or individuals with pre-diabetic symptoms. You can contact the VDEC Center in Edinburgh at 956-603-1555. Reporting for KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Ruben Loza.
Un sospechoso está siendo acusado de asalto después de una confrontación en una clínica de Brownsville. Este miércoles, James John Beach, de 53 años de edad, acudió a una sala de urgencias en busca de tratamiento en Emergency Service Personal Providing Service. Mientras el sospechoso recibía tratamiento, él se encontraba siendo agresivo contra el personal. A consecuencia, un doctor le recomendó que se calmara. Oficiales dicen que el sospechoso se molestó y procedió a atacar al doctor. La policía de Brownsville lo tomó en custodia. La policía de Brownsville está pidiendo ayuda para identificar el paradero de esta persona de interés. La policía dice que este hombre robó un vehículo que se encontraba en Vía del Mar Circle y luego procedió a usar la tarjeta de crédito de la víctima en múltiples tiendas. Si usted o alguien que conoce tiene información relacionada al caso, puede contactar a Brownsville Crime Stoppers al 956-546-8477. Thank you for joining us. For KVAQ-TV, I'm Alba Cantú. Stay safe, vaqueros.